Hey everyone, it's Christine here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this video on the upcoming new moon solar eclipse in Taurus happening this Saturday, April 30th at 4:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time. I'm clearing the deck because we're going to go over a brief overview of the new moon and then 3 things to know about it. And I'm going to do a collective reading as well as individual reading, which I will more than likely do a separate video with all the individual zodiac signs. So I hope you all are doing well. Excuse me. We have an upcoming new moon. It just feels like we just had a full moon, and all these lunar cycles feel like they're just one after the other really fast. This new moon is going to happen in Taurus this coming Saturday, and so this is an earth sign. It's very much going to focus on our stability, our security, our sense of safety. Those are the main themes, and within that, these are going to bring up issues of relationships with others, our sense of worth, not just within ourselves, but with others, our value, things relating to money, to possessions and things we own, and material and physical goods and resources. It's going to also focus on our stability. Is what we are living on, is how we perceive the world. Is it stable for us? It's also going to look at our sensuality, because Venus does rule Taurus, and anything with love, romance, relationships as well. So this is a wonderful time. I'm getting such... It's because of the solar eclipse. It just magnifies full moons and new moons 3 times. It's like a new moon on steroid. I'm just feeling like so much full moon energy, even though it's a new moon. And it's because of the eclipse. This is a wonderful time to reassess what no longer is serving you in these areas. How many of these things that you are pursuing in life, relationships, friendships, work, anything related to you, how it relates to your self-worth and your priorities and values. Does this help where you are going to next in your journey? The solar eclipse, unlike lunar eclipse, which we'll talk about when we get to them shortly after, because we have 4 eclipses in 2022. The solar eclipse focuses, for the most part, it tends to have a more positive effect. Not that the lunar eclipses are negative, but it focuses more on new starts, new beginnings, bringing in things that generally are seen in a positive, beneficial light. And so, again, this entire upcoming lunar event is really focusing and asking us to ask ourselves, I think I just said that the long way, to really think about what it is that makes us happy. What is it that we truly want? Because it's such an easy question to ask, but many of us are not honest with ourselves. And so again, I'm also intuitively getting, we're being asked to practice not just self-awareness, but self-honesty, radical honesty, and radical acceptance for things that are simply out of our control. And that also could include releasing people. Because even though this is not a full moon, which really focuses on bringing things to light and releasing, this particular event is magnified by the eclipse energies itself. And so a lot of things are going to be released, because when you have new things that are coming, things have to end. So if a new job potentially is coming, for example, if that's something you are interested in, well, you obviously have to leave the current job you're at or change whatever circumstance you're at. Same thing with relationships and whatever it is that you are thinking of at this moment. So there's always an ending before a new beginning. So that's what I mean when I say there's things to be released right now. The last solar eclipse that we had in Taurus happened on April the 29th, 2014. And prior to that, in 2003, 2004 cycle. So think back then what themes came up for you, because similar themes may be coming up right now for resolution, for upgrades, or just even further growth and development. Because obviously who we were in 2014, that's 8 years ago, we're very different people now. And something to note too, Taurus is not a sign that is usually more flexible and easygoing and going with the, I should say, not easygoing, go with the flow type movement like some other signs are. And so there could be a resistance to some change. And I was getting that in the weekly energy reading I did about releasing. The thing is, whenever something new, again, is coming into our lives, new opportunities, new things, we don't always see that through the window. We don't always see, okay, here's what's coming, and it's highlighting. We have to let go of things, and this is something that many, especially earth signs and especially Taurus, are being asked to focus on. And it's in connection to how we value ourselves. It takes a lot of courage and being scared at the same time to release things that maybe you have been around, people you have been around that have been around your orbit for a long time. But when things no longer feel aligned, when you don't feel like you are vibing with these people, with these situations, with these jobs, whatever it is, action has to be taken to change things. The signs that will be most affected are the fixed signs, and that includes Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio. And because this is a solar eclipse, Leos may be especially affected because you are ruled by the sun. And also any of you that have any of these planets in your charts, like Taurus, that are between 5 and, I wrote this down, 5 and 15 degrees, you may be potentially affected as well if you do look at your chart. But I'm already feeling this energy. I feel like we haven't had a break with all these energies. The full moon in Libra whacked us. And I feel like with these upcoming eclipses, it's just going to be very transformative. And so I picked a few decks. But before I get into the reading, I intuitively meditated and got 4 things to know. Usually I focus on 3 takeaways, not like a laundry list of things, but I got 4. First thing to know and to be aware of with this upcoming new moon and with the obviously solar eclipse that's occurring. So this is a very heightened, more magnified new moon. It's going to focus on money, your beliefs, stability, and safety. Those were the things that came to me. And obviously this is very much connected to the Venus energy since it rules Taurus. And so many of you are really reassessing your finances. Some of you are going to look over your finances and get kind of like a health checkup on your financial well-being. And that's something to that's a great idea. That's something to really do, and I encourage you all to do it, myself included, because it helps you look to where are the gaps, what's needed, and where am I going. This is very much tied to stability because for many people, the money that you earn, where you work, and how you support yourself, it's all governed by this type of energy. And so a lot of you are changing your belief systems around that. They have changed and they will be changing, and they're in the process. So the way many of you used to work, and I would say the pandemic also helped reinforce this because a lot of our values and priorities have shifted with the pandemic, and the way work has been reimagined with a lot of it going remote and so many things, which is beyond the scope of this video. But I will say with your belief systems, many of you have changed. Many of you are actively working on your money blocks. If not, they are coming up right now during this Taurus season and have been because of the nodal points in Taurus and the South Node in Scorpio. Some of you are a lot of things coming up with money, different situations, all to help you work through your money block. So this is one particular area of things to know, but something to actually be aware of because this is tied to your stability. And for many, money is a form of energy that represents freedom and safety. So really dig a little bit deep into your finances, and it's not to scare you. Just be curious about it. Come with an open mind. Because when you have that foundation of how things look now, it allows you and serves as a stepping stone of where to go next. Growth is the second one. Second thing to know, growth. This particular new moon, it feels, I'm getting like full moon energy. It just feels, it's very potent. And of course, with the eclipse energies, there's going to be major transformations coming. A lot of you have planted seeds back in the fall in November. And a lot of you are going to start seeing these things coming, but it's not in the timeline that you saw them before. It's going to happen pretty quick. And so whether or not you want to explore certain areas of your life, those are probably the areas that are going to be affected the most and changed. And so think of the areas of life that you're avoiding. It could be money, relationships, love, and it could be because you're wanting to dive in and really expand your wealth, maybe increase your social safety net, maybe change jobs, leave a relationship, start getting back into the dating pool, find a life partner, whatever it is. All of these things are being highlighted. So think about the areas that you've avoided or things that have been coming up for you. Triggers, any traumas or wounds relating to these, because these are all things that are being asked to heal, and they're going to help you in this lunar energy that's coming up to help you transform. I also got here, big truths are coming. Practice radical honesty and acceptance. There's going to be some truths, and not all of them are going to be what you thought they were. Some of them could mean ending relationships. I get an equal amount of you all ending something and other people ending something, and it could mean any relationship. Many people are going to be parting ways. I keep seeing a fork diverging. And this also means with work. A lot of you are changing things completely because of your overhaul of the values, of your own value systems, your beliefs. A lot of you are changing completely the way that your foundation was, that it used to be, and the way your life used to be as a result. So when you change like the inner foundation, think of those houses on, what are those things called? Oh my goodness. You know when you don't want flooding, those houses, the sticks? I hope you know what I'm talking about, right? When we change the foundation of our home, we have to make sure that it's not going to break apart. Well, if we put a house on, I'll just say sticks for ease of and brevity here, we got to make sure it's very rooted in the ground, because if not, I mean, let's say you're near the water and waves come and potentially water rises, your house could fall apart if it's not held or firmly supported, I should say. So in the same way, a lot of us are being asked to re-examine our foundation. This is going to lead to massive growth in these areas. A lot of growth. With change always comes growth. Number 3, I put self-care. And I even put ground, self-care, total self-care in space. So I'll just say self-care, especially by grounding yourself. The energies have an ability to shift you off kilter, to make you feel a little bit like you may be not as secure as you feel or as you really are. And also with some of the energies, Pisces around us, we may not already be feeling grounded because we are not really focused on the here and now. We may be focused on things beyond our consciousness and our spiritual realms, and things that we want to do, like dreams and future planning. With the eclipse, with this particular, I'll just say big new moon, with this eclipse, solar eclipse new moon, there are going to be changes rapidly. And sometimes when there's so many changes, it can dysregulate our nervous system. Just think about when something happens. If you've ever encountered significant changes in a shorter amount of time, it can leave you feeling frazzled, and you're like, what the F just happened? And it could take a moment for you to catch up, to kind of breathe. This is what I mean. So ground yourself, find some grounding element right now in this moment to work on throughout. And really from here on out, a practice that helps you, because we have several more eclipses this year. And this is the first one of 2022. Our sense of time also is going to speed up, which means we're going to have decisions to make, things we may not have thought we needed to make decisions on. This could concern the way we bring in our income, from where we bring in our income, the people we are in relationships to, and our priorities and our goals in relations to all of our stability. Some of you are going to be moving and downsizing. And some of you are going to be moving and upsizing, literally expanding. I'm getting family expansion. Some of you want to expand, and that can mean something different. You may be getting a big farm, literally, with tons of animals, like a sanctuary, or some of you want human kids. So you guys are planning for a larger home to take care of that and accommodate that. And some of you are expanding because you want to work at home. You want a space for your office, for your business. So be sure to take care of yourself and ground yourself in that way. I also put an emphasis on 2 particular types of self-care. Physical self-care of the body. Because of the energies we'll be feeling, make sure not only that you ground yourself in some way, but also that you move to expend and move that energy through your body. Whatever you like to do. If you don't currently have a fitness or workout plan, simply walk if you're able to. Move your arms. You can punch. if you're not able to walk or you're not mobile. It's important to move that energy. Water could also help too if you're not able to move at all. Or simply, sometimes visualizing is another way to help. You can simply visualize in your mind. This is something that I do sometimes when I'm very, very tired. And for some people, you're like, what? But you can imagine I run through the field and there's a lot of sunlight, because the warmth for me helps re-energize, and it's like a cleansing mechanism. And I just release that, and it helps also regulate the breath. Second type of self-care to focus on is emotional and mental self-care. Because of the changes that come, many of you may have an increase in stress and anxiety, because the lunar energies could incite that, and you'll feel it. A lot of you maybe have already been feeling anxious because you know changes are on their way. For the most part, these are going to be good changes, and the thing is, it's relative, because we may not always see changes as good or bad or whatever that may be, but they're for our highest good, and it's only in retrospect where we're able to see, wow, that really helped me, because it helped move me on to the next leg of my journey. It helped me grow in different ways, and it helped me move out of this zone that I kept myself in too long. Finally, the last element, number 4, trust. I am strongly getting this is a time to really trust yourself. And a lot of you have been doubting yourselves, have been seeking external validation, have been looking outside of yourself for confirmation of things that you are hearing, sensing, knowing, and seeing. Your psychic abilities and intuition have been rapidly expanding and opening up, especially with the Piscean energy. But I feel strongly with this eclipse, it's going to spur open the gate even more. And it's really important during these times of changes, there's a fly, during these times of changes, that you really start practicing the art of trusting yourself. Whatever you receive, even if it's an oddball thing or it just feels weird, document it and trust. And you can simply say, I trust myself in this moment. And I put what else? You're going to be getting nudges, and you're drastically going to be expanding. And so be prepared, because a lot of choices you're going to have to make, coupled with the growth element and also with time speeding up, it's going to mean you're going to have to make quick decisions, and you're not going to have the ability to consult people, resources, or things that you may be used to doing. You're going to have to rely on your own inner compass. So these are the things to know. We're going to move on to the reading. I am just noting right here for time, because I'm going to put timestamps for all of you. We're going to get started on the collective reading for this lunar new moon. For this new moon and the solar eclipse in Taurus. So I have 4 decks, starting with the Moonology Manifestation deck. I'm always working with the moon, so it's always, I feel, appropriate, but I really felt called to use this one over the other Moonology deck. We're going to see collectively what we can expect from this new moon in Taurus. What changes are coming? What should we expect? Any messages or guidance for all of us to know? Okay, let's go. You didn't see that. It flew out. Okay, I'm going to stop for the sec. Look at the sign it's in. I need like all these multi-cam. I'm going to shut up and let you see the card, because I'm going to keep blabbing. Look at this. First quarter moon in Taurus. Release control. We have this new moon solar eclipse in Taurus. This came out, didn't it, in the weekly reading I did? Release control, you all. Look at this. Ground yourself. I even get Piscean energy here. You see like the earth and then the sky, because many of us are really, we're getting a lot of downloads, a lot of spiritual messages on our next steps, on our mission, on our purpose, and on different things that you're asking your spiritual team about. And Spirit is giving you responses. At the same time, we have to be sure to ground ourselves, because unfortunately, we're not outside of our bodies living in the spiritual plane. We're very much still living in this earth. And I am speaking extra slow for some reason. I can't believe it. Release control. This is going to be a big one. And the thing is, and I mentioned this in the weekly reading, if you don't release things, especially control over things you do not have control over. Universe is going to step in, and this is what the eclipse will do. So it's really, I'm going to pull another one. I heard two. It's really beneficial when you are able to come to terms with something. I always say, I practice radical acceptance. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's not. It's really about detaching yourself and not being attached. Because most people, when they can't let go, it's because they're attached to it, to that person, to that situation, relationship, thing, job, whatever it is. It's an attachment. And when you realize that you're not able to change anything about it, only yourself. You can't change other people, how they feel, how they respond, how the situation is. You just can't, no matter how much you want to. That's what accepting is. It doesn't mean you agree. It doesn't mean that it's okay. It simply means at this moment, I accept the way things are, and you release control. It's like a weight lifting off of you. Okay. What other message? I know I felt nudged to get a second card. Usually I don't. What other message? I can't believe Taurus is really prominent in all of the readings I've done so far. Your spiritual, we got two cards. Your spiritual members, your teams, they're coming for you. You see them, the birds? Some of you have been actively working with them, calling them in. Okay, we got last quarter moon in Cancer. Take a breather. First quarter moon in Libra. Keep your heart open. Beautiful, beautiful cards. Because of the Piscean energy, a lot of us, why did I say Pisces? Because I was thinking of the planet of Venus. But this does have Pisces energy too, with water. But it's about taking rest, taking a step back, really focusing on your next intentions for these upcoming new moons, because the seeds you plant, they're going to grow rapidly like microgreens. Really. So really get clear. I cannot say this enough. So many people call in things into their lives that they think they want. They're like, okay, I want a new job. And then they have all these opportunities come in, but it's not the job they want. Or money, different ways of making money or bringing it into your life, but it's not the way that they want it. The same with relationships. Get clear on what you're calling in. You want a job? Describe it. Get clear on what that looks like for you. What are the hours? Where are you working? How do you feel? How many people are on the team? Positive work culture, probably. Small team, startup, what field? Where are you working? Get really clear. That's going to help. Keep your heart open. I'm getting the Venus energy that rules over Taurus. A lot of you have been working on receiving, giving to, balancing that. Look at these colors. A lot of heart chakra. I'm getting heart chakra, and I want to say crown, but I'm getting mainly heart chakra. This is purplish pink. But a lot of you have been healing your heart. This upcoming new moon, it feels like a new moon, a full moon to me, perhaps because of the eclipse energies. It's going to be a huge release for you, a huge letting go, huge transformation. When you keep your heart open, it's not just about love, but it brings in more abundance, whatever that means to you, more joy, more beauty in your life. A lot of you are healing this right now. Some of you may have Libra, Cancer, Taurus in your charts. Okay. Next deck we're using is Denise Lynn's Sacred Traveler. This is a new deck I got. I know it's been around the block here for a while. A lot of readers use this, and I felt really called. So let's see what messages. We have for this new moon solar eclipse in Taurus. A lot of purple. This really denotes the spiritual essence I'm feeling of the Pisces energy. Wow, there's like purple everywhere and green. A lot of you are working on your heart space. And a lot of you are calling in love. I'm going to say first self-love, but you're calling in, perhaps through your practices of self-love, you're calling in inadvertently loving relationships. strengthening relationships. And I mentioned this before with this particular energy, and with the energies themselves, a lot of you will be meeting your, I'll just say your soul groups, soul people. Oh my gosh, I got 5 cards. Okay, these are the messages. I need to keep these. We got rejuvenating rain. Clear the past, heal the present. A lot of healing going on right now. A lot of releasing. Holy shit, this is the theme. Doesn't even feel like the energy for new moons, but this is all part of it. With every new beginning and intention you set, you got to release. You got to clean out your house. Clean out your side of the street. A lot of these are inner blocks. Look at this, rejuvenating rain. And we just had storms behind me. I'm in North Texas. We had rain today, and they were predicting major storms throughout this week. And I'm doing a video about that, the spiritual meaning of that. Because I remember a few months ago, I recorded something on that. And I immediately got to do this, and I fought with my guides. I'm like, why the hell do I have to do a video on storms and rains? But there's a cleansing part of this. And a lot of you are feeling it. Some of you may enjoy being out in the rain, and it's just freeing. It's cathartic. Some of you are also tapping into your emotions. Some of you may have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in your chart. North Node as well, but any aspect of your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising. You guys are all being called to tap in this new moon in Taurus. And this may be hard for some of you, especially earth signs. Basically any sign but water. And I want to say Cancer too. But we have Cancer as well. So you're being asked to really feel your emotions. Really let go of anything, any remnants that have to be released. Okay, let's see what else. Holy shit. We got cleansing waters. Purification activates vibrant life force. Look at this. I can't make this up. The heavy water here, heavy emotions. This is going to be an emotional time. It's not even the lunar eclipse, which focuses a lot about emotions. But there's going to be a lot of transformations. And with endings, it could be hard. There's grief in any closure, even if it's a positive form. When you end something, there's a grief to it. You may no longer be working with the same people. Maybe you're changing jobs. Maybe you loved the job and the people you worked with. But you know it's time to elevate. You know your life is taking you to a new direction. The same thing with relationships. Not all romantic breakups are negative. Sometimes people amicably can leave. The same with friendships. You just grow apart. People change. When you are honest with yourself, that's the most loving thing you can give to another person. A lot of water, a lot of rejuvenation. Some of you may enjoy taking baths, showers, as a way to cleanse yourself. We got reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. Doesn't this look like water too? I get Piscean energy with these being bubbles like dreams. A lot of you have these romantic ideas in your mind. And I'm not speaking about like dates, sex, romance in that way, but visions. You're like, oh, I cannot wait. One day I'm going to own my beach house or my tiny home or be self-employed. Like those are the romantic visions and plans and goals. A lot of you are dreaming right now. You will reach your destination. Keep your mind on the prize. Every step you take, it's getting you closer. I know some days you're like, oh, it doesn't feel like it, but it does. Look at that. Your light is shining brightly. A lot of you are stepping into your power right now. After this transformative period, the new moon, a lot of you are going to be stepping into new things. This is really beautiful and exciting. You see the butterfly and the transformation and stars? A lot of you are guided. Some of you, maybe Cancer, is guided by the, I almost said sun, by the moon. But you're following the nudges that Spirit is giving to you. Listen. Staying focused. Hold the course. I just said that before. Look at you. Keep your eye on the prize because it's coming. Everything that you're learning to get there, say you're saving up to buy your first home or to move abroad or to go back to school. Everything you're doing now to establish that sense of security and whatever that means for you, it's working out. It's happening. I'm getting like picture vision board. I remember when I did my postdoc abroad, I applied for a very prestigious fellowship, a Fulbright, and I was like, wow, only 7 spots, and they get thousands of applications. And I remember putting a picture of the destination, It's in the Middle East with a picture of my son and I. And I just meditated every so often on it. And I would look at it and just ponder and similarly dream and had my head. And I'm like, what would it be like? And I would picture myself walking in several places with my son. And I ended up getting it. Again, I am a methodologist too. So I'm like, can we test this empirically? I firmly believe it was meant to happen and that these were different things that I was able to bring to fruition because I co-created. Whatever your belief systems are, maybe doing something like that will help you. Vision board, mood board, putting a picture of your goal. Maybe it's a house. Maybe some of you are artists that can draw it. Whatever it is, visual representation really helps a lot. Finally, vast vistas, expand your horizons. I'm getting Jupiter energy here. I'm getting Sag. Some of you may have Sag in your chart. Some of you may be traveling or making huge ass moves. This really taps into the eclipse energy because the life you know it now may change drastically in the time that you know it. And you're being asked, you're feeling that nudge to move, but it could also be here, making drastic changes. When you change your belief systems and the way you talk to yourself, the way you think, the stories you tell yourself, it completely changes your outside reality. So this is not just about physical, in so much as it is also too spiritual, mental, psychological. Wow, a lot of messages there. In short, I'm just getting a lot of changes, a lot of releasing and cleansing, and staying focused on your path. A lot of you are releasing basically garbage that no longer serves you. And I'm not saying that in a demeaning way because not everyone that's leaving your life is garbage, but I'm just saying things that no longer serve you right now, that are no longer meant to come with you on your journey. You know, like I get the spaceship when it goes out into space and it's orbiting and you get like that trash that floats in space, like that. That's what I got in my head. We're going to get a Dragon Path Oracle. New deck that I got. Dragons are all about transformation. Stepping into your power, into your magic, not dimming your light. A beautiful, beautiful energy. I'm excited. Look at this. Hold on. Okay, I just shuffled. Let's see what messages we have. Ooh, for this new moon in Taurus. Serene. What is it? I'm getting total water energy here. I also get Piscean energy. There's like an ethereal effect here. It reminds me of that movie. I forgot the movie's name where it's like a dog flying. Never Ending Story, that one. That white animal. It was a dog, wasn't it? Flying in the sky. And we have 22. Of course we have 22. 2. A lot of partnerships and collaborations are happening. I got that for another reading, and I want to read on this. A lot of you are going to be, with this new moon, you're setting intentions to partner up, not just romantically, but to meet your soul friends, soul group. A lot of you are going to be coming into contact with people. I've been saying this for a while, with people that are helping on your path. This is like a new path, a new foundation, a new stability, new team. We got Serene, and I feel very called to read this. Okay, 107. I am lapping of waves in the morning sun. Gently flowing water and a warm summer breeze depict this dragon's energy beautifully. Serene connects to the calm and resilient energy of Mother Mary, so you can rest assured that life is going to settle down, especially if it has been rather turbulent of late. She says, I am the lapping of waves in the morning sun. Allow me to wrap you in my blue cloak of tranquility and accept my presence as pure calm settles around you. When your inner perceptions shift, so will your outer world experiences. I just said that. I have to rewind. I feel like I have to put like a neon sign. Remember that the tranquility you seek lies within. Total Libra energy coming in. The volatile outside scenario is only a mirror of turbulence inside. Call upon me to guide you to that piece of heaven you crave. Observe your life experiences changing as they begin to mirror your inner feelings of serenity. She encourages us to go gently with ourselves. We are quick to nurture others, but often neglect our own needs. We must feed ourselves with that which brings us joy and makes us feel alive. As we accept that we are important, our worldly experiences will reshape and shift in a positive way. You all, I even said earlier for the messages and things to know about self-care. This taps into our worth too. When we show others that we can take care of ourselves, that we're valuable enough and worthy and we deserve the care and time and space and energy and heart that we so readily give to others, it changes dramatically the way our relationship dynamics go, the way work, finances, everything. When you start to value yourself and take care of yourself, it's like the world opens up. I'm not kidding. That's all I worked on last year. Self-worth, value, boundaries. Gorgeous. Look at all this water energy. Water. Then we got all these cards. I get water here. Water. A lot of you are going to do a shit ton of emotional release and crying. A lot of you have been holding a lot in. A lot of you have been grieving and are going to grieve things that are no longer existing in the way that you thought they would. Things are changing. But get ready. You guys, oh my gosh, there's so many beautiful things happening. After this new moon, we're going to see this. I'm getting like within several days, weeks, but especially within the month, things are going to start cropping. You know, any of you that grow microgreens, that's about the only thing I can say with confidence I can grow. They grow relatively fast. In about a week, you can clip them and, you know, eat them, add them to your salad, stir fries, or whatever. I'm getting that same energy here. Your lives are like microgreens. A lot of things that you are planting seeds for in this new moon, it's coming into fruition fast. Some of you may have a lot of water placements in your chart. Holy shit. Tons of water here. And I'm also getting emotional. A lot of you, I feel, want to cry. Ooh. I also got this new self-love oracle. Oh, I love it. It's big. You see the cards? Hold on. I'm like trying to show it. Sometimes when I get cards, I always get excited. Forgive and release. Here, let me put it up. When we carry love and forgiveness, we are stronger. When we keep our lessons learned, we can keep our lessons learned without holding on to past hurts. Yep. Release, 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 release. Forgiveness is all about you. Because when we hold on to something with whatever emotion it is, anger, resentment, pain, hurt, it does matter what the person did, in so much as that it's not right, especially if it was traumatic, if it was abuse. But the only thing in keeping that emotion going, and again, this isn't to devalue or invalidate your feelings, not at all. Healing, and especially trauma, it happens on your own timeline. You can't rush it. But at the end of it, when you're able to release that, and I say that because I've encountered that, it's like a weight being lifted off of you. And seeing those things, being reminded, there will come a time where it won't trigger you. A lot of you are massive, massive healings. This new moon, this solar eclipse in Taurus, it's really going to heal you. I'm getting a lot of things around your childhood, things around money, scarcity and poverty. Some of you are coming out of that. Some of you are securing your foundation, like actually finding a home, like a roof over your head. Some of you are in the process of buying your first home. A lot of this has to do with things from your own childhood, and they're coming up. A lot of this is coming up to be released. That's why some of you may be wondering. I feel called. I heard like one more. I'm like, okay. I feel like a lot of this is coming up right now and you're feeling it. You may have had some memories from the past that you haven't thought of. Things that are triggering you and you're like, why? They're coming up to be healed. Before your new beginnings can happen and abundance can come in, you have to let go of this stuff. You have to release it. If you keep holding on to it, you're remaining attached. And I know, it sounds easier said than done. We're going to pull a last card here. I heard one more. This would be a very cathartic new moon. It feels so much like a full moon. And I know it has to do with the intense magnified energies of the eclipse, of the solar eclipse. Ooh, of course. We got two. Practice acceptance. I even said radical acceptance. The heart wants to give and do it all, but everyone has limitations. Accept help when you need it. Not everything is being asked of you. A lot of you are amazing at giving. You're givers, but some of you have trouble receiving. This is all about keeping your heart open. Don't close it. It's so easily, it can happen because when you get hurt, when you experience breakups and loss, your heart is one of the first places to close. It's okay to ask for help when you need it. It's a sign of strength and courage. Practice acceptance. Some of you are working on your heart chakra. I also get practicing acceptance with a relationship that ended. It could be any relationship, but I more so get romantic. Sometimes when you want things to go a certain way, when you want someone to be a certain way, no matter what, you think the what ifs and everything possible, there comes a time where it's exhausting and you just have to say, I surrender, I give up. This is exactly how things are right now, at this moment, and I accept them. Even if I don't agree with them, even if I don't like them, I accept it. It ends that suffering, because the more attached you stay to the situation, the harder it is to let it go. And everyone is being asked to let go this season. Finally, you got use discernment. There is no need to believe something that does not resonate for you. Personal truths can change as perspectives change and expand. I always say this in a lot of my videos. Not in every, but I say this frequently. Practice discernment, follow your intuition, trust your nudges, no matter what. Always. You, more than anyone else, know yourself. If something feels off, it's off. Listen to yourself. The eclipse is going to magnify this. I mentioned this earlier when reviewing the upcoming lunar event and tips. There are going to be decisions you're going to have to make quickly. It's like things are speeding up, as if they haven't already. The sense of time that we have, things are speeding up, and things are going to change quickly for some of you. So trust yourself, more so now than ever. I hope this new moon solar eclipse in Taurus video helped. I hope the tips are helpful, and I hope this reading resonated with someone, at least one person. I know it resonated for me, and I will be doing a separate reading for all of you for each sign for this lunar event. I would love it if you could please like, share, and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. I would love to get to know you all. I like talking and getting to know other people, so please comment below. Let's meet. I hope you have a beautiful, transformative, and releasing, healing new moon solar eclipse. Think of all the beautiful things that are happening and let things go with kindness, with gratitude, and know that that cycle is done. Until then, I will see you soon. Take care.